You make 35,000 choices, but here's a crazy statistic. 90+% of those choices were the same choices you made yesterday. And I would say, that was a study done over 10, 15 years ago. I would actually argue that it's probably 95, 96, 97%, because all of us are existing within echo chambers that are programming us to disconnect from the truth that's actually within the humanity. This is the greatest existential risk. And so as a 16-year-old, obviously going through my recovery journey, it wasn't like I, flicked a switch and all of a sudden I was better. It was hard. But I had this presence of this person that believed in me, that was a strength. And as I started to heal and I graduated, I wanted to do something to bring that message to other people. And over the first couple of years of my entrepreneurial journey, I traveled Australia in a van that I paid $4,500 for. You should not do that, especially when you're driving through places like the Gibson Desert with no air conditioning, with a high chance of your van breaking down. But I did that so that I could sit with communities and listen. I wanted to offer them a space to be able to tell the stories that maybe they didn't have a chance in their everyday life to tell. Now, what was so fascinating about this experience is I knew that there was a need for people to be seen and heard. What I didn't expect was, over what became almost a 2.5-year journey, 300 communities later and 50,000 stories, was just how transformative that was. When I had people coming up to me after sitting in circle for 2 hours and listening to each other, with no judgment, coming up to me and saying, I've been in psychotherapy for 10, 20 years, and nothing has been more powerful than this experience. People that had chronic pain reporting that their pain disappeared. I started to realize that this wasn't something I was doing.